Hello, my name is Moshood Bello, and I'm here with Utsav Thakkar, and today we'll be discussing capturing and cracking of WPA Handshake using Aircrack-ng. We will be discussing the following contents: introduction to wireless network, the security risk, the potential consequences, the technical discussion, technical demonstration, the countermeasures, and questions from the audience. Wi-Fi has been evolving since its creation in 1991, and it continues to evolve. The first wireless product was under the name WaveLAN. Wireless network may be seen as insecure, possibly encouraging illegal access by outsiders who may or may not have had bad intention against its owner. Different security mechanism for wireless network has been created. Flaws in these protocols has also been detected and exploited over the time. Protocols such as WP, WPA, WPA2, and today we will be demonstrating how to exploit WPA2 using a tool called Aicrak-ng. So first of all, when you hear about security risk, basically what it's all about is anything capable of inflicting harm to you as a person or to your organization. And for the individual, we have word driving, rogue access points, evil twin attack, network sniffing, device control for bots and botnet use. And for organizations, we have man-in-the-middle attack, we have crack attacks, we have evil twin and camera attacks, and we have configuration issue, and we have denial of services. All the security risks has potential consequence, like if this should happen, what is the result of it happening? So for the potential consequence, for the individual, it results in identity theft, bandwidth theft, whereby you're like, oh, my network is slow and I'm on 150 Mbps, and why am I having this? It might be a consequence of an intruder on your network. We also have password and login thefts. We have compromised accounts. We have device control for botnet use, so whereby your computer is like a zombie and it can be used for DDoS attack or any other malicious activity. And for organizations, the consequences are network breach, privacy issues, network and data identity theft, sensitive information interception, and data exfiltration. So today, the tool we'll be using today is called Aircrack-ng tool. It's a tool on Kali Linux by Offense Security. And Aircrack-ng is a software suite that comprises of Airmon-ng, Aerodub-ng, and Airplay-ng. All these suites are for analyzing, capturing handshake, and hacking Wi-Fi networks. And the functionality includes monitoring packet capture and export of data to text files, attacking through the authentication of fake access points, testing by checking Wi-Fi cards and driver capabilities, cracking various security standards such as WEP, WPA, which is WPA1 or WPA2. And today, you'll be seeing a demonstration on how WPA and WPA2 cracking works. So yeah, sit tight, grab a coffee, and you should be able to see something fun. So the technical demonstration, we'll be playing a video which is like 10 minutes long, and you should be able to have an understanding how this tool works. Hi, my name is Moshood Bello, and I'm here with Utsav Thakkar, and today we will be demonstrating capturing and cracking WPA handshake using Aircrack-ng. First of all, we'll be creating a directory to work with. And we'll be saving all our pcap files into this directory. Most of our commands for this activity is going to require root privilege, so we're just going to go into root privilege immediately. So the next thing for us to do now is to check our wireless card to make sure it's running and up. And as you can see here, our wireless card is connected and it's currently in managed mode. So what we're going to do next is make sure there are no processes running behind in order for our activity to go smoothly. So I'm just going to kill all processes that are running in the background. And as you can see here, 2 processes were killed. So we're just going to go ahead and switch from managed mode into monitor mode. And as you can see here, it says monitor mode enabled. And just to verify that, we're just going to cross check that. And as you can see here, it says mode monitor. So now the next step is we are going to search for Wi-Fi access points around us. And for this activity, we created a Wi-Fi called Bello PTY Ltd. And all you're seeing right now is just the wireless card bringing up Wi-Fi's in our surroundings. And we're just going to allow that to run for a little while so we can see all the available Wi-Fi's. Okay. So after this has run for a while, as we can see here, these are all Wi-Fi's and access points, and this is a printer, and this is a printer, and this is the Wi-Fi we set up for this activity, Bello PTY Ltd. And this is another Wi-Fi. This is probably like an extender. So just for clarity's sake, we are going to filter just the Wi-Fi for this activity alone. And all we have to do is just copy this BSS ID, which is the MAC address for the Wi-Fi. And as you can see here, it's just going to generate just the Wi-Fi for this activity, which is Bello stuff. I'm going to allow that to run so I can see all the clients that are connected to it. So as you can see here, it's running on channel 11, and this station also means clients. These are either any devices that are connected to the Wi-Fi right now, and they are all connected to the same BSS ID here. So the next step for us now is for us to capture Wi-Fi. Is for us to capture the handshake, and we are going to use this handshake to be saved into our directory, and we'll be cracking that using Aircrack-ng. So what we're doing here is just saving the captured files into this. It's going to have this name, ARC220, and the channel, which is this command, means channel 11. As you can see here, our Wi-Fi is running on channel 11, and the BSSID is the MAC address for the Wi-Fi, and the wireless network, which is the WLAN 0, which we're working with. And on the second terminal, I'm going to run another command. So this is AirPlay command. It's a tool among Aircrack also. So it's going to send infinite deauthentication in order to kick off all these clients on the network. And once they are trying to reconnect back to the Wi-Fi, we are going to be capturing some handshakes. So I'm just going to start the process here. And while that is running, you can see here it's currently blank. So just keep an eye on that. And I'm going to start sending the authentication frames. So as you can see, it says WPA handshake has been received. So we can allow that to run just to generate more frames. And as you can see, these clients are the ones that have been kicked off. And over here, I'm just going to stop the deauthentication frames being sent. And here also, I'm going to stop the capturing of the WPA handshake. And as you can see here, it's sending broadcast, like the authentication broadcast to this MAC address. So I'm just going to see what was captured from here. And as you can see here, we captured the ARC20 pcap file, which we'll be using Wireshark to view and see what was captured. So Wireshark is open up, and the authentication protocol is called EAPOL. That is what we're going to filter with. And as we can see here, we have the source here, which is the Wi-Fi, and we have a client. And if you could remember, this is C63A. If I go back to our client list, as you can see here, so these clients, we were able to capture the authentication. So let's go back here again. You can see here 1 of 1, 2 of 2, 3 of 3, and 4 of 4. So Wi-Fi, and this is the client. The client is trying to connect back, and the handshake was captured. And let's go through if there are any other handshakes there also. Okay, so those are the handshakes, 1 of 4, 1 to 4, that was captured, and we'll be cracking this shortly. So we'll be using the last command, which is Aircrack, in order to crack this. So all this is doing is just cracking this pcap file, and we downloaded a LinkedIn password, a LinkedIn password list. So we're going to be brute forcing this attack. So I'm just going to allow this run, and it's going to continue running until we are able to get the key. So while it's running, let's sit tight. You can grab a coffee and just let's see. So it's still testing the keys, which is the passwords, and we haven't found our keys yet. So I'm still going to allow this to run for a while. In a real life situation, if it doesn't find the key, you just try another password list, and yeah, we are here. So just right at 58%, it tested 660,000 keys so far, and it found the password, which is Moshood and Utsav. That is the name of me and my group mates, and we just use that for a test. And in some scenario, if you're unable to find the key, that's because the Wi-Fi password that was set up is actually a very good password. Like, it contains lots of characters, it's not easily guessed, and for WPA passwords, you can set from 8 to 63 keys. So let's say you have a 63 character keys there, that will take a long while to crack. So in real life situations, don't make use of simple passwords. Make sure those passwords are hard, and make use of password manager and those can generate good passwords for you. So thank you very much. And that's the end of the show. So after watching that video, let's say for example, an intruder already got onto your Wi-Fi or your wireless network, and you did not know. And let's say before any intruder gets into your network, these are the countermeasures you can use in order to avoid such unwanted access. For individual, please always change your default router name and password. Most router comes with admin or kusa admin, and the password might just be admin or 1234. So always make sure you change this, and always set a complicated Wi-Fi password, which is mostly you making use of a password manager to generate good Wi-Fi's, and update the firmware on your routers. If you're logging into the admin page, you should be able to see updates firmware. And for individuals that know a little bit about firewall, you can also enable firewall for added security, and using VPN when remotely accessing assets. And VPN is something that everybody is learning to use now, and as time goes on, most individual should catch up on that. And you can also update your Wi-Fi security protocol to WPA 3. That's for some routers that have that new protocol. It's more secure compared to WPA and WPA 2. And for organizations, training and educating your employees goes a long way, in order for them to know what not to click on, what to do and what not to do in some situations. And you can also employ network monitoring tools. You can limit the signal strength of your access points and Wi-Fi. And you can also implement rogue AP detection, which is basically like a footprinting of your building or your organization to know, oh, if this access point is legit or if it is not. So there are some rogue access points that can be set up, or even some evil twin that can be set up by an attacker. So always make use of authentication tools such as MFA. So when employees are logging into your Wi-Fi, they have to go and you have to go an extra step to confirm who they are and make sure they have an authorization to get onto your network. And you can also implement web login portal or single sign-on. And you can also implement guest network for guests. And this is going to help you limit your risk, whereby they will be on a different network and they would not have access to your assets. And that's all for the countermeasures. So that brings us to the end of the demonstration. Do you have any questions? Okay, thanks for watching and do have a nice day.